Okay, party people, things are hotting up and we are going to be saving you a ton of time with your local newsletter because we're going to start using some AI tools to speed you up. Now, we have done all of these little tasks. If you want to know what this is, you're looking at our launch playbook tool to break all the tasks you need to do to start your local newsletter down into these little micro tasks. This is completely free. What we're doing today is helping you find sources for live music. Now, I haven't got any extra detail in this card because it was pretty much the same as the previous card, but I want to go a little step further for you. So manually, if you want to find live music, you're going to have to go to websites like this one here. This is Eventbrite. You just put in your location, search, and it will find events for you. You can find which ones are live music and cut and paste. However, if we use a tool like Perplexity, which is an AI tool that will also include search, then it can find events for us. Now, by doing this, AI does all of the research, so we don't have to go manually through Google or manually through websites like Eventbrite. We just need an incredibly simple prompt, and I'll talk you through this now. By the way, we have a piece of software called CopyQuill that does this for you. So even though this AI tool is going to save you a ton of time, our tool will save you even more time because it automates everything that you're going to watch me do. So I want it to find me 10 live music events. The reason I do that is I might not like every single event it gives me, and some of them might not be in quite the right location. So 10 is a good number to start with. It means I can get rid of some and I don't have to do an additional search. I need them, as I said live music events because that's the section I'm writing. I'm not going to actually add 10 things into my newsletter that are live music. Then I'm going to put the dates. I'm always super explicit about this, otherwise I find it pulls information from old dates like the previous years. So between the 25th of November and the 2nd December 2025, but you can set them for whatever dates you have coming up. Then I want in and around a 10-mile radius because people are willing to travel. And then for this particular example, I picked Eugene, Oregon as my location. The tool then goes away and searches. Now, Perplexity is good because it searches online and you can use this for free. You can use other AI tools. This is not the most exclusive. Like you can turn the search feature on ChatGPT. I personally prefer the results that I get from Perplexity. So it's given me a little summary of what it's done, and then it's found some information for me. So we've got major concerts. We've got this going on. Now I have another little tool, and what that does is it formats this information into the way I want it in my newsletter, so it's always the same. So we have the date a certain way, we have the emojis I like to use, we have the title, all that kind of stuff. So I can just cut and paste this into my tool and it will just spin it. The AI will spin it and format it the way I want it. But like I said, that step is a step I was doing months ago. Now we automate it with CopyQuill. But if you don't want to use CopyQuill, that's fine. You could just go through this process, write yourself a little prompt of how you want it to be produced, how you want it laid out in your newsletter, and then it will do that for you. But I can just go through and take all of these. I've got the links here because it's linking out to where it's found the information. I've got a link here, got a link here. And again, the reason I like 10 is because it can I get a range. So if it's picking all like classical stuff for the first 3 or 4 events, then it might pick something that's more family orientated. I can just pick and choose. But we can see all of these different live music events are going on in Eugene, Oregon. And then I can just go through, pick them, and then if I want to, I can include the links, or I can go, if this was, for example, looks a bit like it might be a blog post or something like that, and I don't want to reference a blog post, I can go and try and find the original information. So if, I know it's not happening, but let's say this one was happening in a bar, then I could go to that bar and I could find the information on their original website. So Perplexity, great way for you to find your live music events. Using this tool, you can cut down your writing time to under an hour. If you'd like your writing time for your local newsletter under 15 minutes, I highly suggest you check out the free plan of CopyQuill. I'll see you in the next video.